7 hidden gems you must visit in Italy. 1. Liguria. 2. Tower of Pisa. 3. Boat Tour. 4. Toscana. 5. Lombardy. 6. Bus Tour. 7. Cinque Terre. And now, let's see. 1 by 1. Liguria is a stunning, crescent-shaped coastal region in northwest Italy, famous for its dramatic scenery, mild climate, and delicious cuisine. It is often referred to as the Italian Riviera. Here is a breakdown of what makes Liguria special. Geography in the Italian Riviera. Coastal division. The region is a narrow strip of land bordered by the Ligurian Sea to the south and the maritime Alps and Ligurian Apennines to the north. The entire coastline is known as the Italian Riviera and is customarily divided into 2 main parts. Riviera di Levante, Eastern Riviera. East of Genoa, this section is steeper and features the most famous attractions like the Cinque Terre, Portofino, and the Gulf of Poets. Riviera di Ponente, Western Riviera. West of Genoa towards the French border, this section has a gentler topography with larger beaches and is home to famous resorts like San Remo. Climate. Sheltered by the mountains, Liguria enjoys an exceptionally mild climate year-round, which makes it a popular tourist destination even in winter. Famous destinations and highlights. Cinque Terre. Perhaps the most famous part of Liguria, this is a UNESCO World Heritage Site consisting of 5 colorful fishing villages. Perched on rugged cliffs. Monterosso al Mare, Vernazza, Corniglia, Manarella, and Riomaggiore. They are connected by hiking trails, including the popular Sentiero Azzurro, Blue Trail. Genova. The regional capital, Genoa, is a major port city and was once one of the most powerful maritime republics in Europe. Its historic center, with the opulent Renaissance and Baroque-style Strade Nuove and the Palazzi dei Rolli, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's also known as the birthplace of Christopher Columbus and is home to the Aquarium of Genoa, one of the largest in Europe. Portofino. A quintessential, stylish Ligurian fishing village, now a globally recognized resort popular with the rich and famous, known for its picturesque harbor and luxury offerings. San Remo. Located on the Western Riviera, this city is famous for its vintage casino and for hosting the annual San Remo Music Festival, one of Italy's most popular cultural events. Camogli. A beautiful seaside town close to Genoa, known for its brightly painted, highly stacked houses and traditional charm. Portovesme and the Gulf of Poets. Located near La Spezia, Portovesme and the islands of Palmaria, Tino, and Tenedo are also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, praised for their natural beauty and their historical influence on poets like Byron and Shelley. Liguria is a place of incredible diversity, offering everything from beautiful beaches and luxury resorts to challenging mountain hikes and ancient medieval villages. I hope you can enjoy the natural beauty of Liguria, Italy. The Tower of Pisa, or Leaning Tower of Pisa, in Italian. Torre Pendente di Pisa is one of the most famous landmarks in Italy, renowned worldwide for its unintended tilt. Here is some information about the tower. Tower of Pisa. Address: Piazza del Duomo, 56,126 Pisa, PIA, Italy. An elaborately adorned 14th century tower, 56 meters at its tallest point, with a world-famous lean. It is the freest-standing bell tower campanile of the Cathedral of Pisa. Rating: 4.7 stars. The lean. The tower's tilt began during construction in the 12th century, caused by soft ground unable to properly support the structure's weight. The lean increased over the centuries until the structure was stabilized by extensive restoration work performed between 1990 and 2001. This engineering effort reduced the tilt to a safer angle, equivalent to that of 1838. The tower is currently open for visitors. Monday, Sunday, 9:00 a.m. 8:00. Classical building, history and architecture. Function. The tower is actually the campanile, freest-standing bell tower of the Pisa Cathedral, Duomo di Pisa, in the Piazza dei Miracoli, Square of Miracles. Construction. Construction began in 1173 and took nearly 200 years to complete, spanning 3 stages and ending around 1372. The delays were primarily due to the tower's lean becoming apparent, as well as wars and financial difficulties. Style and materials. It is built in the beautiful Romanesque style, primarily of white marble. It has 8 stories, encircled by open archways, loggias, and stands approximately 56 meters, 185 feet tall. Interior. Inside, there are 251 to 294 steps, depending on which side you count, leading to the top belfry, which houses 7 bells, 1 for each note of the musical major scale. Construction sign: Why it leans. An engineering failure turned masterpiece. The famous lean was not intentional, it was an engineering flaw that began early in the construction process. Unstable subsoil. The primary cause is the soft, unstable subsoil beneath the foundation. The city of Pisa sits on alluvial soil composed mainly of soft clay, fine sand, and shells, which is not suitable for such a heavy structure, estimated at 14,500 tons. Shallow foundation. Compounding the problem, the foundation was only about 3 meters, 10 feet deep. The start of the tilt. The tower began to sink and tilt to the north, and later reversed to the south. By the time the 3rd story was completed in 1178. A blessing in disguise. The long periods of construction being halted, sometimes for nearly a century due to wars, were a fortunate accident. These pauses allowed the underlying soil to settle, likely preventing the tower from collapsing entirely in its early stages. Hammer and wrench stabilization in present day. By the late 20th century, the lean reached its maximum inclination of about 5.5 degrees and was in danger of collapse. Major intervention, 1990-2001. The tower was closed to the public while a major international stabilization effort was undertaken. The most successful technique involved under excavation, where soil was gradually and carefully removed from beneath the raised north side of the foundation. Result: This work reduced the tilt by about 44 centimeters, 17 inches, to its current inclination of approximately 3.97 degrees, bringing it back to where it was in the early 1800s. Stability. The tower reopened to the public in 2001 and is now considered stable, with engineers expecting it to remain safe for at least another 200 years. Yellow five-pointed star. Fun fact: Galileo Galilei, the famous scientist who lived in Pisa, is said to have used the Leaning Tower for experiments on gravity, dropping objects of different masses from the top to prove his theories. While this is a widely known story, modern historians suggest it may be an exaggerated legend. Curved shape. The efforts by medieval engineers to correct the lean by building the upper stories slightly taller on one side caused the tower to have a slight banana-like curve. Not the most tilted. While the most famous, the Leaning Tower of Pisa is not the world's most unintentionally tilted tower. That title belongs to the bell tower of Suhrhausen in Germany. Tourist photos. The Leaning Tower is globally recognized for the popular tourist photo pose, where visitors creatively pretend to push or hold the structure upright. I hope you enjoy the beautiful and interesting views surrounding Pisa Tower, Italy.
Sama Rosanna slikat.
Possiamo malo, ma si slippa.
Zakaj ti to grabiš račun?
Zato, ker on je rekel, da so me slabe službe in prijatelj pred neč računa finančna policija prišla.
Ma bej.
A Cinque Terre boat tour is one of the most popular and beautiful ways to experience the 5 iconic villages: Monterosso al Mare, Vernazza, Corniglia, Manarola, and Riomaggiore in Italy's Liguria region. Here are the key details and what you can expect from these tours. Breathtaking views. The boat tour offers a unique and privileged perspective of the Cinque Terre National Park. You'll see the colorful, cliffside villages, which are UNESCO World Heritage Sites, cascading down to the sea, a sight that is arguably more stunning from the water than from the land trails. The 5 villages. Most tours will cruise past all 5 villages. Monterosso al Mare, often the starting point, known for its large beach. Vernazza, famous for its natural harbor and colorful houses. Corniglia, the only village perched high above the sea, surrounded by terraced vineyards. Manarola, renowned for its cascade of multicolored houses emerging straight from the rock. Riomaggiore, the southernmost village, known for its picturesque panoramas. Swimming and snorkeling. A highlight of most tours is the opportunity to stop for a swim in the crystal clear waters, often at a secluded bay or beach that is accessible only by boat. Some tours may also include snorkeling, aperitifs and local treats. Many tours, especially the popular sunset tours, include an aperitif. This typically features local products like Ligurian focaccia wine or Prosecco sparkling wine. Small groups. Many operators, like the Cinque Terre Hybrid Boat Tour, focus on a more intimate experience with small groups, often limited to around 12 guests. Departure points. Common places to start a boat tour include Monterosso al Mare, Riomaggiore, Manarola, La Spezia or Porto Venere, for tours that include the Gulf of Poets and the islands of Palmaria, Tino, and Tineto. Tours are generally led by professional, local skippers and guides who share insights and history about the region. It's important to note that tours may be cancelled in case of bad weather or sea conditions. I hope you can enjoy the scenery around the boat tour Cinque Terre, Italy. Tuscany, or Toscana in Italian, is a region in central Italy renowned globally for its breathtaking landscapes, rich history, and immense artistic and cultural legacy. It is often considered the birthplace of the Italian Renaissance. Here is an overview of what makes Tuscany a world-famous destination. Key characteristics and heritage. Landscape. The iconic Tuscan scenery is characterized by rolling hills, fields of sunflowers, cypress-lined driveways, olive groves, and vast vineyards, particularly in the Chianti and Val d'Orcia regions. It also features over 120 miles of sun-kissed coastline and 7 islands, including Elba. Art and culture. Tuscany's historical and artistic heritage is unparalleled. It was home to many influential figures in art and science and is the origin of the Tuscan dialect, which became the foundation for the modern Italian language, thanks to literary figures like Dante Alighieri. World Heritage Sites. 8 Tuscan localities are designated as UNESCO World Heritage Sites, including the historic centers of Florence, Siena, San Gimignano, and Pienza, as well as the beautiful landscape of the Val d'Orcia and the Cathedral Square of Pisa. Must-see cities and towns. Florence, Firenze, the capital city and jewel in the crown of Tuscan tourism. It is a cultural capital, home to world-class museums like the Uffizi Gallery and the Accademia, home of Michelangelo's David, and architectural marvels like the Duomo. Pisa, famous for its iconic leaning tower in the Piazza dei Miracoli. Siena, a beautiful red brick medieval city known for its stunning traffic-free main square, Piazza del Campo, and the historic Palio horse race. Lucca, known for its intact Renaissance-era city walls, which can be walked or cycled on. San Gimignano, an epitome of a Tuscan hill town, spiked with 14 medieval towers that offer superb views. Activities and experiences. Tuscany offers a wide range of tourism options. Agriturismo. Many tourists choose to stay in an agriturismo, farmhouse holidays, to experience the Tuscan countryside lifestyle, often including opportunities for organic food production and cooking lessons. Wine and gastronomy. The region is famous for its wines, including Chianti, Brunello di Montalcino, and Vino Nobile di Montepulciano. Experiential dining and wine tours are a major draw. Wellness. Tuscany has numerous health spas and natural thermal springs, such as those at Tyrrhenian and Bagni di San Filippo. Outdoors. The region offers a variety of outdoor activities, from cycling and trekking to seaside holidays along the coast, and in the Tuscan archipelago, which includes Elba Island. Tuscany is the second most popular Italian region for travelers, known for offering a complete travel experience that blends art, history, nature, and gourmet food. I hope you enjoy beautiful surrounding views of my journey in Tuscan, Italy.
ma va.
Solo in giornata.
Lombardy is a dynamic region in northern Italy, renowned for its diverse landscapes, economic power, and rich cultural heritage. Here is an overview of what makes Lombardy so special. Geography and key cities. Lombardy stretches from the Alps in the north, bordering Switzerland, down to the flat Po Valley, Pianura Padana, in the south. Lakes. The region is famous for its stunning pre-alpine lakes, which feature picturesque towns, elegant villas, and dramatic mountain backdrops. Lake Como. Perhaps the most famous, known for its inverted Y shape, luxurious villas like Villa del Balbianello, and charming towns like Bellagio and Verona. Lake Garda. Italy's largest lake, shared with Veneto and Trentino, featuring Sirmione with its Scalibur Castle. Lake Maggiore. Shared with Piedmont, featuring the beautiful Borromean Islands. Lake Iseo. A less crowded gem, home to the large island of Monte Isola. Capital city, Milan, Milano. The regional capital and the largest metropolitan area in Italy. It's globally recognized as a capital of fashion, design, and finance, and serves as Italy's main economic hub. Other notable cities. Bergamo. Divided into the medieval Città Alta, upper city, surrounded by Venetian walls, and the modern Città Bassa, lower city. Brescia. An important industrial city with significant Roman ruins. Cremona. Famous as the birthplace of the world's most renowned luthiers, violin makers, including Antonio Stradivari. Mantua, Mantova. A stunning Renaissance city ruled by the Gonzaga family, noted for its historic center and Palazzo Ducale. Economy. Lombardy is the most economically important region in Italy and one of the wealthiest regions in Europe. Economic engine. It contributes approximately 1/5 to 1/4 of Italy's national GDP. Industry. It is a major industrial area, specializing in high-tech manufacturing, industrial automation, and specialized machinery, alongside consumer industries like foodstuffs and apparel. Finance and fashion. Milan is home to the Italian Stock Exchange and hosts global events like Milan Fashion Week and the Milan Furniture Fair. Agriculture. The fertile Po Valley is Italy's leading agricultural area, known for rice, used in risotto, wheat, and dairy production, including the famous Grana Padano and Gorgonzola cheeses. Culture and attractions. Lombardy is a treasure trove of art, history, and culture, boasting the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites in any Italian region. Art and architecture. Milan Cathedral, Duomo di Milano, a colossal Gothic masterpiece. Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper, located in the Santa Maria del Grigi convent in Milan. Tickets must be booked far in advance. Teatro alla Scala, one of the world's most prestigious opera houses, located in Milan. Sforza Castle, Castello Sforzesco, a large medieval fortress in Milan. UNESCO sites beyond Milan. The rock drawings in Val Camonica. The historic center of Mantua and Sabbionetta. The Venetian works of defense between the 16th and 17th centuries. Bergamo's walls are part of this. Cuisine. Lombard cuisine is known for hearty, butter-based dishes, differentiating it from the olive oil focus of southern Italy. Main dishes. Risotto alla Milanese. creamy risotto traditionally flavored with saffron. Cotoletta alla Milanese, a breaded veal cutlet, similar to Wiener Schnitzel. Ossobuco, braised veal shank served with a gremolata, citrus zest, parsley, and garlic. Polenta, a cornmeal staple, often served with rich meat stews or alpine cheeses. Sweets and wine. Panettone, the iconic dome-shaped Christmas cake, originating in Milan. The region is also home to the Franciacorta area, famous for its sparkling wines. I hope you enjoy my trip to Lombardy, Italy. There are several bus-based day tours available from Pisa to Cinque Terre. These tours typically use an air-conditioned minivan or minibus for the journey from Pisa to the Cinque Terre area, and then utilize local trains and or ferries to travel between the 5 villages due to the national park's geography. This is generally the most convenient, hassle-free option for a day trip. Here are the key details about these organized tours. Cinque Terre Day Tour from Pisa, bus minivan. Main transportation. Round trip by air-conditioned minivan or small bus from Pisa to the Cinque Terre National Park area. In-park travel. Travel between the villages Riomaggiore, Manarella, Vernazza, and Monterosso are common stops. Is usually by trains and/or ferry boats. Ferries are weather permitting. Duration. The full excursion is generally 9 to 11 hours approximate. Inclusions typically include transportation, a multilingual tour leader for the day, and the necessary train and/or ferry tickets within the Cinque Terre National Park. Estimated cost. Prices generally start from around €144, €149 per person for small group tours. Departure point. Tours usually offer a central meeting point in Pisa, such as near Piazza Sant'Antonio. Alternative: public bus plus train. If you prefer to travel independently, you can use a combination of public bus and train services. Bus from Pisa to La Spezia. You can take a public coach like Flixbus or Marino Autolinee from Pisa, e.g., Pisa Pietrasantina bus station to La Spezia Centrale. Duration: about 1 hour 10 minutes to 2 hours. Cost: approximately €12, €22. Train from La Spezia to Cinque Terre. From La Spezia Centrale, you must then take the local Cinque Terre Express train to reach the villages Riomaggiore, Manarella, Corniglia, Vernazza, Monterosso. You will need to purchase a separate Cinque Terre train card or single journey tickets. This method is less expensive but requires you to manage all the ticketing and schedule logistics yourself. The organized tours are a great way to avoid the transportation hassle and maximize your time in the villages. I hope you enjoyed my bus trip from Pisa to Cinque Terre, Italy.
Tukaj je te kraje kar precej severno, da Alpi dozorelajo. Pogosto vidite, se rečemo, da se nekaj to je praktično čisto odžena voda. Zaščiteno res praktično vse.
Cinque Terre, meaning five lands, is a stunning coastal area in the Liguria region of northwest Italy. Known for its five beautiful, centuries-old seaside villages nestled into the rugged cliffs of the Italian Riviera. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a national park, celebrated for its dramatic landscape, colorful houses clinging to steep terraces, and its history of human ingenuity in shaping the challenging terrain for farming. The five villages. The five villages, listed from north to south, each have their own distinct charm. Monterosso al Mare, the largest of the five and the only one with a sizable sandy beach, Fagina Beach. It has elegant villas and a more resort-like feel. Vernazza, often considered the most picturesque, with a natural harbor, a small piazza overlooking the sea, and the remains of the medieval Doria castle. Corniglia, uniquely situated atop a 100-meter-high promontory, it is the only village not directly adjacent to the sea, and requires a climb or bus ride from the train station. Manerola, one of the most photographed spots, known for its picture-perfect main street, and the production of an excellent olive oil and the famous Yaquitra wine. Ria Maggiore, the southernmost village, characterized by steep terraces and a vibrant harbor. It's known for its romantic ambience, especially at sunset, and its historic castle. Things to do and experience. Hiking. The most famous activity is hiking the trails that connect the villages. The most popular is the Sentiero Azzurro, Blue Trail, which links all five villages and offers breathtaking coastal views. Note that some sections, like the famous Via dell'Amore, linking Ria Maggiore and Manerola, are sometimes closed for repair. Cuisine. The local cuisine reflects its coastal and agricultural roots. You must try the local seafood, especially the anchovies of Monterosso, which have protected designation of origin status. The area, and the wider Ligurian region, is also famous as the birthplace of pesto alla Genovese. Don't forget to sample the sweet local raisin wine, etc. Getting around. Cars are generally discouraged or difficult to use due to limited parking and narrow roads. The best way to travel between the villages is by train, the local Cinque Terre Express, or by ferry, which stops at all villages except Corniglia. Cinque Terre card. This pass is recommended as it grants you unlimited train travel between La Spezia and Levanto, including all five villages and access to the hiking trails. Best time to visit. Spring and fall are generally considered the best times for an active trip, as the weather is milder and ideal for hiking. Summer is the most crowded time, and the heat can make the uphill hikes very challenging. If you are planning a trip, you can use the train or ferries to visit all the villages. Most travelers choose to use nearby towns like La Spezia or Levanto as a base, as they offer more amenities and easier access, although you can also choose to stay in one of the five smaller villages for a more intimate experience. I hope you can enjoy the scenery around Cinque Terre, Italy.
Oggi
Quale se vinos? Vinos e vinograd.
Dima in polecie.
Dobro, bomo.
Ne bomo.
Ma la pasticceria non si trova.
Nie rispada.
garde, le strade, tutto vedete. Forse tutto sul scrotto, sul scrotto. Non tutte queste video esiste, c'è nel campo lì,
un'altra coppia nel caso in cui l'avete smarrita. No, c'è. Rifatto, mi devo dire, vado a fare un'altra coppia, capisco, guardo.
Come la vai, non te la va a carta, la riguarda, la persa alla fine, con la capitaneria e lì all'anti credile.
Certo.
Con l'entrata come a Borghese. Non l'ha fatto passare, ho detto no, ormai è chiuso. Scegli buona ragazzi, stamattina una sera.
Però pensa che allora devo andare d'ufficio che fare, perché prima la nave 9 e mezzogiorno, poi 2 e mezza.
Voyage, je me défends.
For all my friends there, thank you very much for supporting me. And if you want, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay? See you in my next content.